Yo, what is up guys? I'm here hitting you up with a new CZN video with a preview and a breakdown of Yuki, the new radar banner coming to CZN next week. I looked at her, I broke down how she works in her kit. I want to go over that with you together and let you know, is she worth pulling or not? We also need a little bit more time. And how will her dupe look as well? Those are many different factors that come into play into how that character potentially works and how good she is, and if she is a unit for you or if she is a skippable unit overall. Now looking at her kit, she is a green AoE DPS unit in general. I'm not sure if I personally like having a green DPS right now in the game, because we already have two green DPS, which consists of Luke and Hugo. I would have liked to see a light DPS instead, because we currently only have what's her face, Kali or Leah for the light department, and the light department is a little bit lackluster when it comes to damage, but I think Nasha is probably the light unit, but we will talk about her when it's time. But for now, let's break down Yuki's kit. So for that, I already made the effort to screenshot all her abilities and break it down for you. So all in all, she is, as I just mentioned, a green DPS unit. Let's just talk about her kits real quick. So she has the Flash Slash, which is a 2 mana cost card, 180% damage to all enemies, inspiration reduced cost by 1. Well, inspiration is something we don't have in the game, and we can only guess what it is. I looked at the card mechanics of this game right now. The way I see it, or what I'm guessing what inspiration is, what I've seen here, is when you play her and they specifically pair Yuki together with Nia. Because every time when we see some card action here right in the get-go, let's start here, there. So they activate a card where they draw a card and they then discard a card, okay? So here, this is the, we will also discuss that in a minute. This is her unique card. This one is getting discarded, but the moment this card is getting discarded, it's going back into the top of the deck and then it gets drawn out. So what I'm assuming is that inspiration is when a card goes to the discard pile, it automatically moves to the draw pile. That is my assumption for how inspiration works. So you want to discard your cards so they go on top of the deck, and then with Nia you can activate a couple of different cards just to trigger them from the top of your draw pile. Okay, so this is my assumption when it comes to these inspiration effects. Just an AoE DPS damaging skill. Then we got the Trickery Strike. Retain effect, deal 150% damage, single enemy, activate inspiration to one random card in hand. So this is one of your key cards from her deck. Most likely, I would assume it could potentially be one of her starting cards, which at the top row. It has a retain effect, so this is a card you want to hold in your hand till you actually get your other inspiration cards, which is Flash Slash and Iceberg Cleave. Those are the only other two cards that have the inspiration effect. So either you want to make this one cheaper, or you want to trigger the extra hit for the Iceberg Cleave. Okay, so this is what you want to do with that card. Then she has an upgrade card, the Freezing Blade, unique. When using own card with an activated inspiration effect, 60% damage to all enemies. So once you have the inspiration effect active, and the Flash Slash, for example, costs only 1 mana, and you now activate it when you already activated your Freezing Blade, and you now cast that card, now the upgrade effect triggers and now does 60% damage to all enemies. So when you always activate your inspiration effects cards, then this unique effect will trigger as well. We also have to look at the epiphanies, but this will take more time. I don't know if they will release a separate video for that, but most likely not, and I think we have to wait for the character to release before we can actually see the epiphanies. Then we got the Iceberg Cleave, which has 180% damage to all enemies. Keep in mind, this is a card that cannot be epiphanied. The unique cards, the purple cards, cannot be epiphanied for the characters. And inspiration plus 1 extra hit, minus 20 damage. So basically we're dealing 340% damage to all enemies when inspiration is active. Then we got 2 more cards. This is her basic card, just probably 120 single target damage. And then we have here a buff card they did not showcase in the first one, and there's no text. But what I'm assuming here, it is a 0-cost skill card for 1 turn. One of your cards are getting 20% damage boost. Or one of your attack cards get, or the next attack card gets 20% damage. Something along these lines. This is what I'm seeing of this guy's probably a 20% damage boost to something. Then we have the ultimate, or here ego skill, which costs 5 EP, and it does 300 damage to all enemies. Move all own attack cards in hand to the top of the draw pile, plus 50% damage per card moved. So basically, the more attack cards you have in hand, so the more you have like Trickery, Flash, Slash, and Iceberg in your hand, the harder this skill hits. And also, you want to draw these cards back, most likely because it has something to do with the inspiration effect that could potentially be triggered. So this is just her base kit. 2 things we don't know is we don't know the epiphanies, and also we don't know her dupes. Those are 2 important things when we look at Yuki for this game right now, because it could make or break the character. Like my early first impression, I don't necessarily think you need a green AoE DPS necessarily. And now here comes my first initial thought about recommendation, should you pull or not. If you do not have a Luke or a Hugo, then she would be a great pickup for you, because you now can get a green AoE DPS unit that helps you for your Green Dungeon Zero system runs in general. This is where I think she does shine the most. And then the question is, how good is she at E0, or is she like Luke where you need at bare minimum E2? So Luke, for example, E0 not so good. If you have him E2 with his partner card, now he becomes really good, okay? And he carries you through all the green gen. Like, he's really, really good once you got him to E2 with his partner card. And here comes the question is, can Yuki be the budget version of Luke where you don't need that much investment, where it's fine when to have just a single copy and she just carries you through? Or do we have a situation where she just feels clunky to use at E0 and we need the E2 at minimum to make her like really good? Okay, so this is the question we have to ask ourselves. So my personal thing is, if you don't have a green DPS right now, you might want to consider her. If she's your favorite character, go ahead, do whatever you want. And if you already have a green DPS unit like a Hugo or, as I said, Luke, for example, then you can consider skipping her and wait for the next character, because you might want to have like a support unit, which might be coming next, like a Mika type unit with AP regen or something like that. Or, as I said, a light DPS unit, because that is lacking. Like whatever you might be missing on your account. So that's for that. She doesn't look to me overall as like a must pull unit. But then again, you have to consider for yourself, do you want to invest your raid up tickets right now to just get a single copy? Because the units do, I'm not sure if they will continue the trend the same they did with Haru, that every single raid up banner is going straight into the standard banner. If that is the case, you could then consider just skipping and then pull her from the standard banner at a later point in time, and save your raid up tickets right now for when a character comes you really, really want and like, with a powerful, but with where like maybe E2 is even a necessity and you want to pull 3 copies of that unit, for example. Yeah, but for now, yeah, she looks like a fun unit, but in my opinion, she's not a must pull right now. Yeah, and I think that's for that really. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, how you feel about her. Will you pull her? Will you not pull her? Is she underwhelming to you? Is she exactly what you need right now? All those things. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. I really appreciate it. And see you with the next one. Deuces.